pulling up into a very close formation loop. It's quite a while actually since I've seen a formation aerobatic chipmunk display. Solo arrows, yes, but not in formation. Maintaining close formation, Andy, in low-powered aircraft like this is very challenging. You can't just open the throttle and suddenly accelerate or hit the brakes and suddenly slow down. You've got to, in aviation, we often talk about being ahead of the jet. We've certainly got to be ahead of the gypsy here. If you think about what you need to do now, it's far, far too late. This, as I say, a new departure for the vintage pair this year. An initial 3 loops. Beautiful line of stern barrel rolls there, so named because they're basically describing the inside outline of an imaginary barrel. Have you ever heard anyone say much of a bad word about the chipmunk's handling? Absolutely not, absolutely not. Certainly one of those aircraft that just had enough about it to not let you get lured into a false sense of security, which is just what you want in a training aircraft. It's a terrible old cliche, I know, but easy to fly, difficult to fly well and accurately, but it is true. Very true. The first chipmunks were delivered to the RAF 75 years ago this year to the Oxford University Air Squadron at Kidlington. At this time, it's still on RAF charge because the Battle of Britain Memorial flies at RAF Cosford has 2 of these aircraft for tail dragger, conversion and refresher purposes. And even in its primary role, certainly with university air squadrons and air experience flights, stayed in service to the end of the 1990s. Incredible record. 1996 was when the final ones were retired by the AES, and they were still in service with the Army Air Corps until 1997 with their basic fixed-wing flight at Middle Wallop. But we mustn't forget the other role chipmunks played in RAF service. One of the most famous was clandestine photographic reconnaissance with the RAF Gatow station flight in what was then West Berlin. The Allies had the right to fly around the Berlin control zone, and they used the opportunity for reconnaissance. In towards us for a lovely crossing break. The Chipmunk was always a super display aeroplane as they come in for a crossover. John Higgins, the number 2 in this team, who we've seen display at Cosford individually and in this pair several times, was at one stage the youngest holder in the UK of a display authorisation. He's now got several hundred hours on Chipmunks and must be one of the most seasoned Chipmunk display pilots in the country. Another very fine break right on the display datum. One of the things I'm finding really impressive about this display, quite a lot of breaks, immediate and very snappy rejoins. It's not just very well flown, it's been very well put together. There's a lot of thought gone into it. I expect we're going to see a very nice close formation landing, and if it's anything like the landings I've seen them do as a pair at other events, it could well be a rather nice side-slipped formation landing. Well, I thought that was an absolutely splendid display by the vintage pair. David Petters in the lead, John Higgins, the number 2, with their pair of de Havilland Canada Chipmunk T10s. Utter nostalgia, but a wonderful display in the present day.